Hello and welcome back to From Writer to Author, the podcast. I'm Veronica G, and today we're talking about one of the most important and most overlooked parts of publishing a book, your cover. Because whether we like it or not, people do judge a book by its cover, and they do it quickly. Most readers decide within seconds whether they're interested enough to click, read the description, or keep scrolling. Your cover is the first thing speaking for your book, and it communicates professionalism, genre, and quality long before a reader ever sees your writing. So in this episode, I'm going to explain what every author should know about book covers, why they matter, what they're actually doing for your book, the most common mistakes authors make, and how to approach cover design in a way that serves your readers and improves your book's chances of being discovered and bought. We'll also talk about AI book covers, why they can cause problems, how AI can be used more safely as a support tool, and a few practical options for getting a professional cover made. Let's begin with a mindset shift that helps everything else make sense. Your cover is not primarily about your personal taste. Your cover is a marketing tool. I often describe it as your book's resume and your book's business card. If someone hands an employer a resume that looks sloppy, unclear, or unprofessional, it doesn't matter how talented they are. That resume creates doubt. It signals that the person may not be serious or prepared. A book cover works the same way. A professional genre-specific cover signals to readers that this book belongs in this category. The author understands the market, and the content inside is worth their time and money. An unprofessional cover sends the opposite message, often without the author realizing that it's happening. Most readers aren't analyzing covers in a detailed way. They respond instinctively. In a few seconds, your cover needs to communicate three things. 1. Genre. What kind of book is this? 2. Tone. What kind of reading experience am I about to have? And 3, professionalism. Does this book look like a real market-ready book? If those signals aren't clear, readers scroll right past. And that's why covers are so important. Your cover often determines whether your book gets considered at all. Now, I want to share the most common cover issue I see when authors come to me for editing or formatting. Many authors try to create their covers themselves, and the result is often highly unprofessional. Not because the author isn't capable, but because cover design is a specialized skill. It requires knowledge of typography, composition, hierarchy, genre conventions, and how the cover will appear in thumbnail size. But there's an even deeper mistake that shows up alongside this. Authors sometimes choose a cover that appeals to them instead of researching what readers in their genre are attracted to. And that matters because we have to remember we're writing our books for our readers. A cover is not just personal expression. It's a bridge between your book and the people who are most likely to buy it. Let me share a quick personal example because this is one of those lessons that stays with you. There was a time when I chose a cover for one of my books, and I was convinced it was perfect. I truly believed that everyone would agree with me. But still, I decided to do something I recommend authors to do. I surveyed readers. I put that cover into a survey along with several alternatives, covers I didn't like as much, and I assumed my favorite would win easily. To my complete surprise, and honestly my disappointment, everyone hated the cover I thought was perfect. Not one person said, "Yes, that's the one." What happened next was even more important. I chose the cover that received the most votes, even though it wasn't my personal favorite. And the book did extremely well. When I look back now, I can see what I couldn't see at the time. The cover I loved wasn't actually professional. It reflected my preferences, but it didn't communicate what the book was about or what my readers were looking for. That experience taught me something I still carry forward. It is extremely important to get opinions on your cover options and to make sure the design is professional and genre appropriate. Because readers don't buy covers for the author. They buy covers for themselves. This leads into another point that authors sometimes resist. Genre conventions are not a limitation. They're a communication tool. Romance covers signal romance. Thrillers signal thrillers. Fantasy signals fantasy. Non-fiction categories have their own visual language as well. When your cover aligns with genre expectations, readers instantly recognize what they're being offered. When it doesn't, readers become uncertain, and uncertainty reduces sales. Your cover can still stand out, but it needs to stand out within the visual language your readers trust. Now, if you want your book to be discovered and bought, professional cover design is not optional. It's a key part of your book's packaging. A professional designer understands how to build a cover that looks credible, how to communicate genre and tone quickly, how to use typography correctly, and how to make the cover work at thumbnail size. A cover that looks good full size but fails at thumbnail size will struggle on platforms like Amazon because most readers encounter your book in small format first. This is also why paying for professional design is often one of the strongest investments an author can make. Here's what I do when I'm deciding whether a cover is right. I search covers in my genre and pay attention to two things. 1, which covers attract my attention immediately, and 2, which ones are selling well. That combination matters. A cover can be visually appealing, but if it isn't aligned with what readers are buying in that genre, it might not perform well. Research helps remove the guesswork. It helps you make decisions based on real market signals, not just personal preference. Now let's talk about AI book covers. AI-generated covers can pose real risks, and authors should understand those risks before relying on AI as the primary creator of their cover. Some of the biggest concerns include professionalism risks. In many cases, AI covers look unprofessional, especially when it comes to typography, layout, and visual hierarchy. Readers may not be able to explain why, but they notice when something feels off. Also, genre confusion. AI often blends styles in ways that don't clearly signal the genre. The cover might look interesting, but it may fail at the most important job, helping the reader recognize the book quickly. The third is legal and licensing uncertainty. Ownership and usage rights can be unclear depending on the tool and how it was trained. Authors should be cautious, especially when a book is a commercial product. And lastly, market perception. In many cases, readers and professionals associate AI covers with rushed publishing or low effort. That perception may not always be fair, but it exists, and your cover is not the place to introduce doubt. Now, AI can still be useful in a supporting role by generating concept ideas, creating a mood board, exploring visual directions, or helping you communicate your vision to a human designer. But I don't recommend allowing AI to completely create your final cover without professional oversight. If you're ready to invest in professional design, here are a few common options. Book cover design studios that specialize in specific genres. There's also Fiverr, if you're selective, and choose designers with strong portfolios and clear genre experience. Another one is Reedsy, where many experienced publishing professionals offer design services. Another one is 99 Designs, which can work well for authors who want multiple design directions to choose from. And lastly, you can get referrals inside reputable author communities and publishing networks. The platform matters less than the portfolio. You want to see consistent, professional, genre-appropriate covers that still look strong and readable at thumbnail size. Before I close, I want to mention something helpful if you're still in the pre-publishing stage. My latest book, Ready, Set, Publish, covers the topic of book covers and other essential pre-publishing steps that give your book a better chance at being discovered and bought. Because covers are one piece of the puzzle, but they work best when the full package is strong. The cover, the title, the subtitle, the book description, the categories, the keywords, and the overall professionalism in your product. So if you take one thing from today's episode, let it be this. A professional cover is not an extra. It's part of the product. Your writing deserves packaging that communicates its value clearly and confidently. And when you approach cover design as a business decision based on reader expectations and market research, you dramatically increase your book's chances of connecting with the right audience. If you enjoyed this episode and want to stay connected beyond the podcast, I invite you to join my newsletter where I share practical writing and publishing guidance and encouragement for writers and authors. You can also join my private Facebook community called From Writer to Author, a self-publishing success community where authors learn, share, and grow together. And if you want help choosing the right publishing path for your book in your current life season, join the waitlist for my upcoming workshop, the Publishing Path Action Plan Workshop. All links are in the podcast footnotes below and on my official website at www.goldspielcreativeenterprises.com. Thank you for listening to From Writer to Author, the podcast. If this episode was helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until next time, keep writing, keep learning, and keep building your author career with intention. See you next time.